everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa from melissamillsonline.com, and on my channel you will find videos all about teaching ESL online. I work for two companies, VIPKid and GogoKid. If you'd like me to help you with either one of those companies, please look down in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get updates on all my latest videos. Today's video is all about how to increase your VIPKid bookings, and I'm actually going to give you 17 tips to help you increase your bookings in 2020. Please know before we start that there is no magic answer to how to get your schedule full, and bookings vary for every person, but these tips should help you out. All right, let's get started with tip number one. Tip number one is to keep a consistent schedule. So when you do your bookings and you go to your bookings page, try to keep your hours as consistent as possible. My personal children take online Spanish classes, and we book the same teacher every Monday night at 7 o'clock. And I love their teacher, but when we were first starting out with the company, I had to play around with the different teachers trying to figure out who could meet on Monday nights at 7. I actually have 3 children, all in Spanish. So one of them is Monday night at 7, one of them is Wednesday night at 7. It helps me to keep consistent times for my own children going through the process. So it's the same for our parents in China. They like consistency. They might want to take classes every Saturday night or every Saturday morning, and they're looking for a teacher who has that availability. Which brings me to tip number 2. All right, so you're going to keep a consistent schedule and you're going to open it up at least 2 weeks out. I like to open mine for the whole month sometimes if I know I'm going to be available. So this way, if you open up more than just the week that's being booked for, parents can see that you have a consistent schedule. Also, the learning partners can see that you have a consistent schedule. I teach something called Starlight classes, which are a supplementary course, and you'll be able to teach that when you get enough classes in. And some of those students book 4 classes at a time. So they will book, up to a month in advance. Tip number 3 is get as many certifications as you can. If you are only holding lower level 2 and 3 certification, you have limited yourself to a smaller pool of students. So you need to go ahead, if you are in the interview process, in the mock training course, I recommend to go ahead and get level 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 all before you ever get hired. Once you are hired, you teach some classes, you can add on other supplementary courses. It's good to add on trials as soon as you can, and also add level 1 if you like the little ones. But there are a lot of supplementary courses to choose from, so make sure you check those out in your VIPKid portal. While you are gaining new clients, you may need to teach some overnights to gain regulars. So if you can get a babysitter so that you can get some sleep the next day, if you've got small kids, if you had somebody who can help you out, maybe open up classes overnight on a Friday night or a Saturday night, once or twice a month. Doesn't have to be your regular consistent schedule. Your goal for this is, if I teach a student at 2 a.m. on Friday night, and I don't want to teach every Friday night at 2 a.m., but if I do, that he will like my class so much that he will begin to follow me. Parents can follow you, and that he will move and choose a time when I am normally available. But in order to get those opportunities, students have to be able to see you. So try a couple of overnight bookings. If you can't do the whole night, try to go as far into the night as you can to get yourself exposed to some extra students. All right, so now the students are in your class, you need to provide a quality class. And what I mean about that is you need to use TPR, total physical response. You need to use props. You need to be prepared for the lesson. You need to look happy and be engaging. You need to have good lighting. Okay, once your class is over, you are going to need to provide quality feedback for your class. What I mean by that is you want to thank the parent for choosing you, and you want to tell the parent something the student did well. Be specific, and such as, Johnny did a great job using complete sentences. You want to give this parent something the student can work on, and you want to tell them how they can work on it. The parent is not a teacher, so you may say something like, Johnny needs to study his high frequency words. The high frequency words he needs to study are the, and they. One way he can do this is by making flashcards. And then you want to invite them back to your class so that they book you again. So one way you might say this is, in our next class, I will review these high frequency words with Johnny. And then you need to make sure in the next class when they book you again that you actually review those words, so you can put it in the teacher-to-teacher feedback to yourself. I am supposed to review these high frequency words with Johnny. All right, your next tip is your class is over with Johnny and you have provided him with great feedback. At the bottom of the feedback box, there's a box for a learning partner. A learning partner is between VIPKid and the student's parent. So the learning partner can help book you again with the student. They can suggest to the parent that they continue classes with you. They can also provide you with new students. It's in the very bottom box under the feedback. You can type something to the learning partner. I have typed before, I love level 2, unit 8. It's all about colors. So sometimes I write to the learning partner, I enjoyed teaching Johnny today. I love teaching level 2, unit 8. If you have any other students in this unit that need a teacher, please send them my way. I don't do that too often, but I will do that occasionally. I might also ask to have the same student back. Instead of asking the learning partner to send me other students in the unit, I might just ask for that student. I love teaching Johnny today. I'd love to book some more classes with him. Something simple like that. I wouldn't do this too often, only because the learning partners work with a lot of students and they can get overloaded, but it is a tip that you could use. My next tip is you can send e-cards or gems to the student. I do this from my cell phone. So I get the VIPKid Teach app on my cell phone. You can click on students. There are 3 dots by the student's name. You click on the 3 dots, then look at the bottom of the screen and you will see gifts and gems. If you want to send them gems, it does cost some tokens. You can earn some tokens in the Hutong. There are a couple of other ways you can earn tokens, but e-cards, there are some free ones. You can send the student an e-card. All right, on to our next tip. Our next tip is to make a video. When you make this video, it gets sent to your first-time students. It's thanking them for the class, and it's automatically sent to them. You don't have to do anything. You just need to upload the video to your portal. And how you do that is click on my info, click on my contribution in the portal, and you should see it there. That's where I recorded mine. Here's a tip that may be a myth, but I've heard if you open and close your booking spots, that they are more likely to get filled. I've tried this a couple of times. I haven't seen great success with it, but other people swear by it. So I did want to give you that tip. So basically when my schedule's opened up in advance, a booking frenzy comes, my slot doesn't get booked, I close my slot and reopen it. Some people think that in an algorithm, parents get notification that you've reopened a new slot. Not really sure how it all works, but it is a tip that you could try out. Let me know if it works for you. To look at your introduction video. In your introduction video that goes in your profile, the one that you originally made when you got hired, you want to make sure that you are being inviting and friendly. You want to make sure that your video is gender neutral. So if I'm holding up props and I'm only holding up Barbies, I'm probably going to be attracting girl students. Some of the boys who are watching my video may not want to book me. If everything in my video is, very babyish, then I'm going to be limiting myself to only younger students. So just be aware of your introduction video, and your profile pictures that are on your site. Are you happy looking? Do you look friendly? Are you attracting a broad range of students? In your bio, you want to say your experience. So talk about which degrees you have, play up your experience working with children, but the parents really want to know what you're going to do for their child in their class. So I tell them in my classes, I love to use games, props, and technology to enhance my lessons. I also tell them what I focus on. So I say, in my class, I love to focus on proper pronunciation, and I will adjust my class to meet your students' needs. I will slow down for students who are struggling, and I will extend for students who are excelling. Okay, so make sure that you check your bio. You also need to translate your bio. Take it, drop it into a translator, translate it from English to Chinese and back to English, and see if your bio is translating well. Take as many workshops as you can. When you take workshops, you're going to be more prepared for class, and some people do notice an increase in bookings after they take workshops. Okay, our next tip is great for people who are hired around the holidays. In America, a lot of teachers may take off for Christmas Eve, Easter, holidays that they want to spend extra time with their families. So if you are hired around a holiday and you have the convenience of being able to open a lot of classes, consider working on a holiday. What you're going to do there is attract new students who hopefully, just like the overnight bookings, will follow your profile. When you are hired, you are given tags. You can look in the portal to see your tags. You should have 5 tags. Just like you can search for tags and hashtags and other platforms, VIPKid parents can search for you by tag. So one of my tags is proper pronunciation and student encouragement. Look in your portal, make sure that you have 5 tags, and make sure that they fit your personality. That way, the appropriate parents and students can be matched to you. You can go in the VIPKid portal and you can open a ticket. Send VIP a ticket for low bookings. Ask for some bookings. Ask what you can do to get some more bookings. Tell them what workshops you've taken and how you've prepared and you're excited to meet students. Try to make it a positive email and not just a big complaining ticket, but tell them what you've done to market yourself. I've updated my intro video, my pictures, and my bio, and I've taken 5 workshops. I'm so excited to work with students. Can you please help me increase my bookings? If they see that you're helping yourself, maybe they're gonna, a learning partner might push some bookings your way. If you are willing that you open your bookings as short notice, just be very careful that you keep an eye on your bookings so that you do not miss any bookings. You are an independent contractor, which means you are building your own business. Imagine if you just opened a boutique or something in a corner store. It takes time for people to know you're there. It takes time for people to know your location. So when you're hired, you are building a business. Please do not give up. I've seen and read stories of people who took 40 days, 80 days to get one booking, and then they are fully booked and they are extremely happy that they waited. So continue to open those slots, continue to take your workshops. When you get students, follow those tips of sending gems and cards and positive feedback, doing support tickets, but you also have to realize you need to give it time. I hope these booking tips work for you. Please let me know in the comments how successful you have been. Great job. Happy teaching, and thank you for watching.